Hey, Shalom, Yashala. Call Halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai. Waharaka Kodash Brakathum. I like to give double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Akyam pushing his truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth. And salutations to the select number of Akwat that they're listening. What I like to get into is just, just the current state, that where the world is, right? And it's all according to the spirit, right? Acknowledging, the signs of the times, right? And you see pride on a whole another level, man, where people shouldn't be proud. Here it is, the famine, literally and figuratively. Okay, you have famine, which what people's SNAP benefits have been prolonged, right, for a little bit, right? They've paused it due to the government shutdown. Okay, and then you have Jake, boasting online about how if they don't get it, they're gonna what? They're gonna steal. And if someone steps in there and someone gets in their way, they're gonna harm them. So you got Jake incriminating themselves, being proud of being a thief. Now look, I get it. There's no that's definitely not a good feeling, not knowing where your next meal is gonna come from. But at the same time, people therefore not in the spirit. A matter of fact, hey, it's all according to the spirit, man. It just had me think. Let me see. it just uh, it just had me think. Okay, this is Matthew chapter 6, verse 25. This is Yahweh Shah Hamashiach speaking. Therefore I say unto you, take no thought for your life, what ye shall eat, or what ye shall drink, nor yet for your body, what ye shall put on. Is not the life more than meat, and the body than raiment? Okay, the Lord is going to take care of his elected, man. Okay, the Lord is going to take care of his elect, those who believe, man, because we see what's going on, bro. And we do come from a place of empathy and understanding, right? Because if we didn't, hey, the Lord would smite us. The Lord would judge us harshly, man. You know, because hey, some brothers, hey, before the truth, and some brothers, have shortcomings, and and as we go along this journey, we understand what the bond is and what the body is and what true fellowship is. We have one another's back. But these people here, they don't have that. And a lot of these people about to find out the hard way. Okay? A lot of these people about to find out the hard way, as you see, And granted, you do have E being evil as hell with this artificial intelligence, because some of the Jake images that are portrayed in these videos as well are what? They're bearing false witness, man. Being thy accuser of thy brethren. But then you have niggas actually recording themselves or either getting caught on surveillance, acting a damn fool, stealing. Okay? But you do have Jake who's being falsely accused and videos being altered and whatnot. And you have sellout Jake who's what? They're these influencers who are being paid off to encourage such behavior, man. Okay? But this truth will remain undefeated. So just know that. Okay? Let me continue reading. Behold, the fowls of the air, for they sow not, neither do they reap, nor gather into barns, yet your heavenly Father feedeth them. Are ye not much better than they? You have to, but these people are bugged out, man. These people are so far gone, man. Because when your stomach start growling, you losing, you're losing all the common sense that the Lord blessed you with, man. And sense ain't that common these days, man. So a lot of these people about to go through it for the simple fact, why? Because they haven't repented. They haven't they haven't really been put to the fire per se. They haven't been tested. So this is a test. And guess what? It's a test for some of the men of the Lord as well. You know, some brothers are in the straits, man. But you know what? You know what's going to get brothers through? Their belief. Their belief on Yahweh Shem Yahshai, man. And that's what these people don't have, man. These people haven't gone through the shit, haven't gone through shit, but they were truly about to go through it. And guess what? If they have gone through it and haven't turned away from wickedness and repent, hey, the Lord just gonna let their ass suffer, man. Straight up. And this is Yahweh Shah Hamashiach speaking. Okay? And as I stated, this is clearly the mindset that I'm in, the apostles, bishops, and elders on down. I ain't, call halal Yahbashim Shah. I'm able to eat. I'm able to drink. I'm able to still be, gainfully employed, right? Of course, to hell with this society. But while we're here, we still got to do what we got to do. But these people, these people are in fear, pure panic, amongst many other things, man. Desperation. And we see that, man. I forgot which other scripture I was going to go to. I think this is the one. Oh yeah. It's a whole whole segment of this of pride. What the lesson is based on. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 10. Okay, I'll start at verse 6. Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing at all by injurious practices. Verse 7. Pride is hateful before the Most High man, and by both doeth one commit iniquity. Okay, and I state that because what, you got all these articles that I agree, pushing a level of divisiveness between, Jake, man and woman. And it's pride in that, man. It's pride in that. That they're think it's like an anniversary, because at one point, women couldn't vote, women couldn't have credit cards or couldn't buy homes on their own, right? And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I don't know the exact. If y'all could bear with me, Baba Kusha, let me see. If y'all could bear with me, Baba Kusha, let me see. Because the anniversary for when women weren't able to buy homes. I believe it's like 40 or 41 years. Anniversary marking the end of discrimination. Yeah, so I believe it was 41 years, right? This is 2025. We're obviously in the month, okay, month of November. So like, I was looking at the ECOA, and that was the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, okay? And, I'm no woman, so, I get it, I guess, but, they're sitting there bragging on that. Then there's still, where women are outpacing men in education, this and that and so forth, while the world is on fire, man. And then you have Eve, who had someone created that meme, that image, of Eve sitting on the ledge of a high building, with just looking, why it's burning, that ain't got nothing to do with us. But on the contrary, it does, because what happened? You had, I think they've doubled the job losses, and that was heavy, when that DEI got cut. 300,000 jobs were lost. 300,000 women quit the workforce, man. There's a lot going on, man. But pride is still riding heavy in this society, man. Okay. Verse 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. Okay. So the pride that our people had is the reason why we're in captivity. Okay. And then two, the pride that this people, this society have is going to be destroyed. Okay. See, pride gets you nowhere but destruction and in captivity. Okay. The nation of Yasharala, hey, learning a lesson. But guess what? He's gonna learn their lesson when they're under the rule of Yasharala, under the rule of Yahweh Bashim Yahshua. So make no mistake. Okay. Verse 9. Why is earth and ashes proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such an one setteth his own soul to sale, because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels. Everybody is so gung ho on being like, you gotta be the man, this and that and so forth. That ain't gonna do nothing but destroy you, and it's clearly destroying people. Now, should you be on point? Of course. Should you be a man of integrity? Of course. But we're here in a society that pride is gonna get your ass destroyed, and as we see, people are being destroyed mainly. You know what? Those who are prideful, because I can't just say Yasharala's the only prideful ones. And that goes to you so-called Negroes, you so-called Latinos, you so-called Native Americans, you so-called Haitians, and you so-called Jamaicans, man. Okay? Verse 10. The physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die. Okay? So pride is only for a season, man. Is what they're saying. Okay? Pride is only for a season. Can be proud as hell and get your ass destroyed, get brought down very low. Okay? And guess what? This place is being brought down very low. That pride is a very low vibration, bro. Why? Because it really takes you into a place of delusion, as they say now, delulu. Everybody's so damn delusional, man. People still arguing over the nature of a man and woman relationship, which is marriage, family dynamic, this and so forth, man. Like, really, like, at this point, who cares, man? If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. Okay? Verse 11. For when a man is dead, he shall inherit creeping things, beasts, and worms. See, this is a beautiful this is a beautiful chapter, man. Okay. Verse 12. The beginning of pride is when one departeth from the Most High, and his heart is turned away from his maker. Okay, because the Lord is going to let a lot of you people figure it out, man. Because that pride, bro. What's another example that and I already made a statement on this, but the women surpassing men in education and home buyers, being home buyers and home ownership and so forth, right? But here it is. It's got this market is so volatile, so toxic. And now you have a great deal of women like, damn, man, I got, once again, bro, just like this society told women do this and that and so forth, sold them the American dream. A lot of these women are becoming regretful, man. Because now what? Now they're in debt. You have a big uptick of people, and it's fortunate that their parents are still alive, or someone are able to do the roommate thing. Some people ain't got that, man. You have a lot of adults moving back in with their parents because the inflation and the economic condition right now that we're seeing. So you've got those examples, and the other example, you got a Vogue article that's circulating that a woman having a man is now embarrassing, and they say that because are the examples that I stated just a minute ago, and they're using those as talking points, and like, bro, this place don't know when to stop. And then a lot of these women are getting their heads pumped up. A lot of these men getting their heads pumped up too. Because none of y'all speak on Yahweh Bashim Yahshua first and foremost. And this truth is just not for you. Either the Lord's going to call you or he's not. But it's evident everybody, me. Okay, pride. We're going to see how that pride benefits you in the end. Okay? Verse 13. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination. Whew. And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. Okay, because on the flip side, you got these prideful ass videos and social media platforms of Jake posting, and then on the flip side, you got a lot of people complaining, bro. People complaining of organic friendships, organic relationships. People lonely as hell out here. Okay, and not everybody came from a prideful standpoint, but everybody see what it is. But those who are prideful, bro, they're gonna get their wake up call, and a lot of them are right now. But it's only going to continue to wake that ass up. Is what's taking place. And this is it's begun, but just keep watching. Okay. Verse 14, and I'll you know what, I might as well. So like, it bury me, Bubba Bashar. I might as well just read all the way down, man, because points are being made. You dig? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. Verse 14, the Lord hath cast down the thrones of proud princes and set up the meek in their stead. Verse 15, the Lord hath plucked up the roots of the proud nations and planted the lowly in their place. Verse 16, the Lord overthrew countries of the heathen and destroyed them to the foundations of the earth. Okay? So that pride, can't nobody touch me, can't nobody tell me nothing. Kanye spirit, nah. That's gonna get overthrew. Gonna get smited out the earth. Spirit gonna go back to Yahweh Shem Yahshua, and that flesh gonna go 6 feet into the ground. Verse 17. He took some of them away and destroyed them, and hath made their memorial to cease from the earth. And that's where we're at. And that's what we're going to continue to see. We're going to, it's going to be some gnashing of teeth, man. Because everybody's bitter, man. Everybody's masking their, and kudos to you if you're doing well, but now a lot of people are complaining because they can't connect with nobody. People mad as hell, man. People super mad, bro. Like, no one speaks. No one wants to be friends. People are spazzing out. Because why? Because a lot of people did lead with pride. And I'm not saying everybody led with pride, but those who led with pride and then think the world's supposed to be at their feet are sadly mistaken. And that wake-up call is very loud and very in your face right now. Okay? Bear me, Baba Kusha. Let me see. I believe, yeah, right here. And this is Yahweh Shah Hamashiach speaking right here. I'll start at verse 36. But of that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only. Okay, this is Yahweh Shah Hamashiach speaking, and the Father only who is Yahweh. Okay, and that's another point. Okay, you have the Most High, and then you have the Son. Okay, just want to make that side note. Verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Okay, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach is coming back. He's on his way back. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking. Okay, we see that. We see that. You know, you got your Sunday fun day, which, you know, today is the fun day, right? You had the day parties, which guess what? None of that's wicked, but it's the glamorization and the pride that people put on that. Like, bro, it's a balance with everything. So, a lot of people partying themselves to death because, worries. And then, some, people go out also to what? For just enjoyment. You know, you've been busting your ass. You've had a long week. There's nothing the matter with it. Having a nice strong drink and food and, watching the game. But for some people, that's their only reality. That's the only reality. And when you get stuck in your reality and not the whole spectrum of things, that's when you lose. Now everybody have their own isolated incidents and what have you and experiences, but that's just what it is. It's your experience. It's not the whole spectrum, man. So that's what people get stuck up. But what about me? Me. Hey, if you so concerned for yourself, you would know to be on watch, to be on standby. But people aren't, man. People cope in the best way they can, and by them coping the best way they can, they become more prideful. They become more of a me person, very selfish, man. A very entitled as well. And that's also another thing. That pride has people feeling very entitled. And that is a nasty spirit to be in, bro. That is a nasty trait. Like, ugh. I hate entitled ass people, bro. I don't like it. I don't vibe with it. I stay far away from it as I possibly can. I hate that shit. Let me reread verse 37. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of Son. Salakia. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Okay, Yahweh Shah HaMashiach, right? For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking. Okay, I was just going in, about the Sunday fun days and day parties, which, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. I'd be hypocritical to say, hey, I haven't had a Sunday fun day. I haven't technically did the day party thing. I'm not big on day party. That's just me. I may go to a lounge, when the sun down, that's my vibe, Let me get back into verse 38. For as in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark. And we know what happened, right? Verse 39. And knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Okay? This is Jake's future, man. And we're here. Because if you notice, when you go back to verse 38, marrying and giving in marriage, is that not the big talking point? And that also goes into that Vogue article that's circulating around. Women are saying women are now saying that boyfriends are embarrassing, husbands are embarrassing. Just because a woman may possibly be out earning her man or may have more degrees. Okay, okay. When more things intensify and everything has an uptick, we'll definitely revisit that. It's gonna be revisited very like soon, like next week type shit. Just how like we heard about like the SNAP benefits being taken away and so forth. Like that came quick. Hell, they didn't even wait till November 1st. They cut that shit off in the state of Texas the 28th. The Lord is not playing. The Lord is making moves. Prophecy is happening. Okay? But some people can't see it. Why? Because they're clearly blinded by their pride, man. Their pride has spiritual blinders, man. To where they may even acknowledge, oh man, that's crazy. Well, all right, bro. We gonna see. And we gonna revisit it through the spirit and power of Yahbashim Yahshua when a lot of people are going to be humbled, okay? But that's all I have on this. And Abaratazah, this is edifying for the body. So once again with that, call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Wahara Kakodash Brakatham. Once again, I'd like to give double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Akyam, pushing his truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth. And salutations to the select number of Akwat out there listening. Shalom.